Hey guys, we are in the basement, and today guys, on this episode of John's Arcade, well guys, we're doing a John's Arcade on the road. That's right, we're getting out of here. This is a little bonus midweek video. Anyways, we're going to Providence, Rhode Island, okay, and we're gonna hang out with my buddy Jay Leone. Now, if you guys watch the videos here on the channel, you know Jay, okay? Him and I actually opened some arcades here in the Hangar Pub and Grill in Amherst Brewery, and Jay and I will be doing a year-end review talking about that soon. But anyway, Jay also opened another arcade, but this one's in Providence, Rhode Island. It's called Free Play, okay? He's got over 100 games in this place, and really, it's a sick arcade. So we're gonna go to Providence, Rhode Island. We're gonna hang out with Jay. We're gonna do a complete tour of the place. He's got some amazing games there. And then we're gonna meet Scott Swazey. Okay, Scott Swazey flew out here from California, and in this video here, he's gonna show us his FPGA board he's been working on for some time. Now, this board is a multi-vector board, and right now it's running Atari Tempest and Major Havoc, and also a third game that we'll show in the video later. I don't wanna spoil it, but anyway, what's special about this board though, is you can plug it into a Tempest cabinet, okay? And you can play Tempest, and then you can also switch to Major Havoc and play that with the Tempest spinner, which is like freaking amazing. But what's even cooler about it though, is that you can play Major Havoc on a vertical monitor, because normally Major Havoc is on a horizontal monitor, and you know what? It plays absolutely fine on a vertical monitor. So this is a really exciting project, and if you have a Tempest out there, you're gonna wanna pay attention, because this is gonna be a board to get. Anyway, enough of that, let's just get in the car, let's take a ride to Providence, Rhode Island, and visit Free Play Arcade and hang out with my buddy Jay Leone. Alright guys, we made it. We are at the Free Play Bar Arcade. Is that what we're calling it, Jay?
Hey guys, yes, Free Play.
So this is your new place.
That's right.
Now this is not John and Jay's Arcade. What's going on here?
This is not
Are you
John
moonlighting on me? So Jay, you partnered with this place and you put a ton of games in here, right?
Right.
With the building owner or whatever,
That's
the
correct.
bar owner.
Yep.
And how many games are inside?
115.
115.
115 games.
Jesus.
Yep.
And your business model is it's a cover charge.
That's correct. Yep.
And everything's on Free Play.
Everything's set to free. It's
what does it cost to get in?
So it's $5 weeknights.
That's it?
$5 on the weeknights.
And you can play even pinball.
Play pinball, skee ball, air hockey, Dance Dance Revolution, 100 arcade games, whatever you want.
For $5.
For $5 on the weeknights, $10 Friday and Saturday.
That's awesome, dude. That is a terrific deal, man.
Thanks.
All right, let's go in here and check this out. Now, guys, I only went in here to pee. I've yet to even see all
I haven't
this.
even seen it.
I drove a very long way. All right, so this is pretty badass. So here's the guy taking the cover.
Yeah.
All right, where do you want to go first?
So we got the classics up front, you know.
Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, Galaga, Tron. You got to have those.
That's right, that's right. And then I'm going to take you onto the dance floor here, John.
The dance floor.
Yeah. So this used to be a club.
This used to be a nightclub?
Exactly, and we converted it into an arcade. So.
Okay. All right, so you got a Stun Runner sit down.
That's right.
Dude, this, by the way, guys, are you seeing how badass this place is? All right, so Stun Runner sit down.
Yep.
Now, you have, like, you and I have the games on quarters.
Correct.
So we know at our arcade
Yeah.
what's getting played.
Right, right.
Here, it's totally different.
Yeah, and here, John, it's more me keeping an eye on everything and seeing what gets played and what doesn't get played.
Right.
You know? And
like this game would do horrible for you and I.
exactly. And it does okay here. It doesn't do great.
Right.
But it's next to Star Wars, so it's a lot of competition, right? What are you
Yeah.
going to play? Star Wars? Or
Exactly.
Stone Runner? You know?
But what you're like, because John and Jay's Arcade is more about the beer and the food first.
Correct.
Right? And the games are kind of an afterthought in that building because it's a sports bar.
Exactly.
And this place, destination is the games.
You got it. This is an arcade with beer and food.
Right.
But the arcade games are first. Like
yes. Yeah. So you can have like these kind of games here and almost create like this museum atmosphere.
Exactly.
And all the games look great too.
Thank you.
All right, so you got Star Wars Cockpit. How many of these do you have?
Just one cockpit.
No, in your life, in your collection.
Just one Star Wars.
That's all you have?
I have, just one.
How many Star Wars do you have?
5.
You have 5 Star Wars.
5, one.
Is there an upright here?
There is, in the back room. We'll get to that.
Okay.
So, let's go this way here. Let's see,
All right, so NBA Jam, Simpsons. So you got all the Konamis, X-Men.
Right.
And Blitz. I like how they're all around each other. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it works well because we got these columns, so we try to put the games around the columns.
Right.
A lot of 4-player games, or multiplayer games around the columns, right?
So Omega Race.
Yeah, if you come around here, we got
Spider-Man. You don't see that one often.
No.
Sega Spider-Man.
Dedicated too, yeah.
Yeah, you do. I don't think I've hardly ever seen that game.
Yeah, it's a hard one to find. Yeah.
Terminator 2.
Yep.
That's cool. That should be in the hangar, Jay.
People love that. Yeah.
Turtles. That was in the hangar. Yeah. That's that restored one that guy did up in New Hampshire.
That's right. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Popeye. Pac-Mania. That was in the hangar.
Yep. Westfield.
And Westfield. Popeye. Galaxy and Cuber. You got all the standards. Now this one you just picked up.
Yeah, this is a recent ad. I got a tip on this one, and I decided to bring it into free play. I think it's one of those games, like you said, John. If it was at the hangar, it probably wouldn't get a lot of play.
This game would not get played at the hangar.
Exactly, but here it's more of a museum piece, and people are like, "Oh, cool, let's check it out,"
And it just has a presence about it.
Yeah.
And so, if you guys aren't aware, this is the environmental discs of Tron. Okay, I used to have the upright, which is cool in itself.
Yeah.
This is way cooler.
Way
though.
cooler.
This also has speech synthesis.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Digital voice.
And a lot of guys would mod their uprights to add the speech.
That's right.
Because it's a squawking talk board.
Yep.
It's the same board they put in the pinball machines.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
And it has all the black light effects. Your bulbs are not on.
Yeah, I know. When you start the game, they come on usually. So.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, on the environmental they do. Yeah.
Wait, are you saying those bulbs are usually off until you start the game?
Yeah, and then these games, it's not going to come on now because I've got an issue with the board, but this and the backlight behind there come on when you start the game, and then they actually flicker if you get hit, which doesn't happen in the regular standard upright.
Cool,
yeah,
dude.
it's a totally different, it's got lights on the bottom too on the floorboard. You can't see it with your light on, but there's black light down there.
So you guys can see the floor is lit up in here. Such a badass game. This carpeting, this is all original stuff here?
It is, yeah. Yeah, I got it this way. And then the back glass is really the centerpiece, right?
Right, it's a big translite.
Yeah.
Wait, this is actual reverse printed glass.
Yeah, all original.
Wow. Yep. And it's got the lenticular marquee like the upright has, but it's part of this glass.
Right.
It's behind there.
Yep.
And then, so you got to redo the vinyl here.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna paint it most likely and fill the holes in, the lock bar holes,
Right.
Make it look better.
You just got this like
a week, 4 weeks ago, 3-4 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah, it came straight here.
It came right here.
Yeah.
And it worked when you got it?
No, it just had a power supply issue. That was it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just put a new power supply in it, and that was it. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
It's beautiful, Jay.
Hey, thanks.
I like this little don't hit your head piece.
Yeah. It looks like it got worn out a little bit over there. Yeah.
All right, so over here, Ivan Stewart's Off-Road.
Yep. There's some Williams games, which honestly, John, I got to tell you, the Williams games don't get a lot of love. I don't know what it is.
There's something about Williams games. I agree. Cause remember we tried Robotron at the hangar?
Yeah, it didn't do well.
And it was like one of the biggest dogs we ever put in there.
This is actually the one that was at the hangar, and it's still, these 4 games, no matter where I put them, just don't get a lot of love. I don't understand it, but...
I think you had to be there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I agree.
Because
Robotron and Defender get played somewhat, but Control Joust, not too often, so...
and that Mappy was at the hangar.
Yeah, Mappy and Burgertown were at the hangar.
And these did not do well for us at the hangar at all.
They do well here, believe it or not. Burger Time gets a ton of play. People love Burger Time and Mappy for whatever reason. I don't know, because it's next to it. Mappy gets played a lot too. Yeah, it is. And Carnival gets played too. It's a fun, easy game.
I like Carnival.
Yeah. And then up here.
Oh, yeah.
cockpit, and then the full motion outrun. These get played a ton. People love the full motion outrun. Like,
yeah.
They'll be on it all night.
And this is, there's 3 different sit downs or 2 for outrun? There's 3.
3 or 2? No, 2 sit downs and 1 the regular upright, and then the cabaret too. So there's 4 different outruns.
But there's a more deluxe one than
Correct.
this.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it has a car. It has a real car.
So
this is kind of in between.
This is in between.
Right,
But it has the motion.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen this one because the one at Fun Spot has all the plastic around it, like the Ferrari plastic on it.
Yeah. But this one people love sitting in it, and the first thing they say is, "Oh, it moves," you know.
Yeah.
They start playing it. So.
That's cool. Spider cockpit also very awesome.
Yeah. Yep. Gets played a lot. People love that.
That's great.
Let's go up on the stage. I'll show you around here. So,
okay.
I don't know if you saw a gauntlet. That was at the hangar too.
Yep.
And then up here, NBA Jam.
Yeah, we saw those.
Okay, so I got Tapper over here.
Now, and by the way, guys, I did an unlisted video here a year ago or something.
Arcade Revival, right. When we did Arcade Revival, which was our test case to see if this was actually going to work, you came here and did an unlisted video.
Right, and the last time we came here, I came through this door.
Right, we changed the entrance and made it, you know.
I like it over there better.
Yeah, it's a separate entrance altogether.
It's better, yeah.
Yeah, way better. So.
All right, so Tapper and Timber.
Yep.
Awesome. That's a rare game that. This game's rare, but I keep seeing it.
Yeah, lately. Right?
What?
Yeah, lately.
All the shows always have that game.
Yeah.
It's okay game.
Yeah, Alien Syndrome's similar, right?
Yeah.
One of those kind of...
Well, this is more like isometric, right?
Right.
Whereas this is like a top-down, almost like a Kari Warriors.
That's right. Yeah.
But the Timber is pretty rare. I always wanted a Timber to put next to my Tapper.
Yeah.
Which you did.
It's a fun game.
Yeah, it is fun. I always want, because the little guy in here, same guy that's in Domino Man.
Right.
Same guy that's in Tapper.
Yeah.
I always, because I had Domino Man.
Yep.
And I always wanted to get Timber to kind of complete the trilogy with that guy.
What is his name, you know?
I don't know.
Because he's like the Bally guy, right? The Bally Midway guy, whereas like Mario is the Nintendo guy.
Yeah, well, these games were designed by, what's the company in Chicago? It was designed externally.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, there was a think tank. I think Marvin Glass.
Okay.
They did these games.
I see, the whole series.
The concept of them. I don't know who did the programming.
Yeah.
But it was an outside firm.
Got it.
Anyway, all right, let's move on. So you have a Time Crisis 3.
Yep.
We have one of those in the hangar.
Yeah. We just lost a monitor the other day.
Oh, that's a bummer, dude. Yeah. It's a great game.
Yeah, a lot of fun. And then up here on the stage are the classics that don't do as well as you would think they do, you know?
Really?
Yeah, I mean, there's some rare games up here, but like Space Sap, you know.
But Jay, we learn, I mean, we're into the 90s now.
Yeah, you're right, John.
Right?
And so this is kind of like the vintage, you know, classic area.
This is like electromechanical to these kids, I think.
Exactly.
This is like ancient penny arcade stuff.
But there are a few collectors that'll come in here and be like, oh, wow, I haven't played, you know, Gyrus or, you know,
Tutankhamun
forever, you know?
So Galaga 3, Gyrus, that was at the hangar.
Galaga 3 was, yeah.
Tutankhamun, Frogger, Zookeeper, Scramble, Crazy Climber, Cosmic Avenger. That's cool. That's a Universal cabinet. I always wanted to get one of those games.
Really cool artwork on that, you know?
Yeah, I know. They did such a crazy job with the art on those games.
Yeah.
Asteroids, gotta have that. Dig Dug, Centipede. You've got the skee ball.
Yeah, so these are the 10-footers up here.
Right. And we have those in Westfield.
Yeah, and just like the hangar, they get played all the time.
Yeah.
Non-stop, so a lot of fun.
I love like all the different levels.
Yeah, it adds a different bit of character to it.
It adds like a cool dimension to the place.
Yeah, it really does.
There's all these like little nooks and crannies and...
It's like a maze, John. And a lot of people will come in here and they'll say that. They're like, oh, there's a new game around the corner. Or check this out, there's other games over here.
This reminds me, there was an arcade I used to go to in Chicagoland when I was a kid called like Pin Pan Alley. And it was like this.
Oh, no kidding.
Like every corner was a new surprise.
Yeah.
Instead of having like a room where things are just lined up
like rows.
And there's no mystery.
Yeah. And that's what really makes it different, I think. Having that mystery effect, it gives it a really, really cool, you know, feel to the place.
Yeah, dude, I dig it, man. Got a little lounge here.
Really great.
Should put like some board games or chess or something.
Yeah, people.
Jenga.
You know, people will come up here and eat their pizza.
So Dance Dance Revolution, you and I talked about putting us in the hangar.
Yeah, you know.
And by the way, again, this little like step up.
Yeah, a little step up.
It's almost like it was made for that.
And people love it because they're like on display showing off their skill, you know? So they come up here, and we've got some really good players that come here every weekend and play this thing nonstop.
Is that right?
They'll spend hours on here.
Is it loud, the music, when you play it? Can everyone hear it?
Yes, you can definitely hear it, and it competes with the music we play, you know, the 80s music in the background, but yeah, everybody can, and the lights go crazy, so everybody knows when somebody's up here playing.
That's cool,
and,
dude.
It gets a lot of action on the weekend.
That's crazy. I don't think I really ever played. I used to have the Mario dance one on the GameCube.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I ever really played the arcade one, and I don't think I ever would in public.
I hear you on that, John.
All right, so let's go back here.
Well, let's go look at the pins first.
Oh, okay. All right, so you got a nice selection of pins. Medieval Madness, that's original?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have an original Medieval Madness.
Yep.
Steve Ritchie's The Getaway, sequel to High Speed. Gilligan's Island, how does that do?
That just came here last night, believe it or not. Doctor Who went out to get repaired, and Gilligan's Island came in to kind of fill the void for a little while. So we just got this actually last night.
Is it a good game? You don't know?
I haven't played it yet, honestly.
Now, where did you get that, Circus Voltaire?
So this was a friend that tipped me off on this, that got it from another collector.
Yeah.
This has been here about 2 weeks now. So this is, it's all tricked out, as you can see.
Yeah.
D&D, LEDs everywhere.
This was a game that I was lusting after for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, this was kind of my dream pinball.
No kidding.
For a long time, yeah. For a few years. And I got Theater of Magic instead.
Okay.
Because I could find that one at the time.
Right.
And it's a John Popadieu title, and that guy's kind of a little controversial now.
Yeah.
But I still think this is his best pinball.
Yeah.
I think the artwork is just wild. Let me turn the light off.
Yeah, sure.
And I just think that back glass is so unique. And it's got a little like carousel in there, and the ball goes around.
Yeah.
Kind of like NBA, and hits that bell, right?
Right, it does. It's like a play field in itself, right?
And then there's like this trap ball. There's just a lot of stuff going on in here. And of course, the neon effect. This is kind of like they did on Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
On the Pin 2000 Star Wars game, Episode 1, had the lightsaber like that, right?
Yep.
With the neon tube. What a cool pin. Oh, you got a broken rubber, dude.
Oh, that must have just happened. All right, cool. Thanks, John.
Yeah, that's a really cool pin. Funhouse was another one I always kind of wanted because I love Pat Lawler pins. I like System 11 stuff.
Yeah.
I never got one of these because I had Whirlwind.
Yeah.
It's very similar layout.
Very similar.
You know, and same era.
Yeah.
It's almost
Rudy,
like,
you know, with all the talking heads.
Right. It's got the talking head.
Yeah.
But it's like a mirror image almost of Whirlwind.
Yeah. Really
That's cool. I like that one. Star Trek, I'm not a fan, but a lot of people like this theme in the game.
Yeah.
It's okay. I just don't like Star Trek.
Yeah. You gotta like the series, too.
But it's got these guns that, you know, photon, whatever, torpedoes.
Which are a pain in the ass, by the way, to maintain.
Do those keep breaking?
Yeah, they can break quite often. So.
Really?
Yeah, you're gonna they gunk up sometimes, and they don't rotate as fast as they should.
Huh.
Yeah.
And then Rocky and Bullwinkle, I bet you that gets a lot of play.
It's actually fun.
It's a fun theme.
Family title, you know, really cool game. So, and then over here, I don't know, System 1.
Yeah. And you've got some of the, Roadrunner and Peter Packrat's pretty rare.
Yeah.
All right, so Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. This was in the hangar.
Yeah.
That did horrible for us. Roadrunner. It's a rarish Atari System 1 kit.
Giant Packrat, I would say, probably.
I think this is the rarer of all of them.
Most rare. Absolutely.
Yeah. And this is like a little platformer.
Yep.
I like this one. If I were to get a System 1 game, it would be that.
Yeah.
For me personally.
My favorite's Marble Madness. I love
it. Is.
It's one of my favorite games.
I never got good at that.
One of my favorite games.
And we had that in the hangar too, and it didn't do very well for us.
It sucked.
It's just a different destination, vibe, whatever. What a cool building this is. All right, Missile Command. Gotta have that, classic. Now this Asteroids Deluxe, that marquee looks different.
It's the Irish version.
It is the Irish one.
You can see the side art too, John. It's different colors.
Really?
The regular asteroids, American asteroids.
So this is the whole cabinet's Irish.
Yeah, even the coin door is silver, which that's usually that's an Irish game.
So if you guys can see, that color scheme is completely different than the one I had.
Yeah.
And then this has the glare kit installed.
Yep. The anti-glare, yeah.
So on mine, the bezel went back more, and the speakers were outside.
Right.
But what they found was, if you were in a laundromat, there was glare, and you couldn't see the game. So they sold this kit
to upgrade it,
that basically tilted the bezel forward outside the speakers, and it added this little bracket here so you can get the speaker sound. So little known fact. Both ways are right.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see the backdrop there without the light on.
Different colors?
Yeah, different, really cool, 3D effect. And maybe it's just, I've seen a lot of them that have been faded, but the orange really pops. The orange and the green and yellow, really pops on this one. It really looks cool.
It looks super cool. It's a great effect.
Yeah.
I love Asteroids Deluxe. Zaxxon, definitely a classic. I loved that game when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I remember playing it on ColecoVision. So
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That's what I played it on all the time.
Yeah.
Coleco, yep.
It was so elite.
Yeah, really.
But I never had ColecoVision, but my friend did.
Yeah.
And I would go over and just beg to play Zaxxon because it just seemed so elite.
Yeah, really cool.
It was early isometric graphics. It kind of looked like it was 3D.
And this whole flight stick, going up and down.
And the sounds.
Yeah.
Blastoids, we had that in Westfield.
Yep. Same thing with Tubin,
Yeah, and we had Tubin in Westfield too.
Tubin, believe it or not, John, gets a lot of play here. I'm surprised.
Really?
I don't know if it's the location or what.
Yeah.
The two-player effect, it gets a lot of play. And I think anybody can just walk up to it.
But again, that's the thing with free play.
Yeah.
Right? The games are all in free play.
Yeah.
Well, let's try everything.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
Exactly what they do.
Oh, I never heard of that. There's no risk.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Berserk, we had that in Westfield.
Yeah.
Is that the same one?
Yeah, same one. Yeah.
Splatterhouse in a Gottlieb cabinet.
Yeah, that was a crawl cabinet.
Okay.
It was already converted before I got it. So,
Right.
it worked for Halloween, and then it went down shortly after. And I'm going to work on that.
And then Solar Fox, I played this game at Fun Spot. It's kind of neat.
Check out the artwork on the side. Really cool looking, artwork on the side of this.
But it also has that black light type effect here
3D
too.
effect, the mirror monitor combination.
Yeah.
Yeah, really cool.
It's neat. 720's down.
720's down.
What happened, monitor?
Monitor, you got it. Yeah. We'll get it there.
Sucks.
Yeah.
So here's Mortal Kombat 3 and then Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Capcom 2, which I was told is the one to have.
Oh, really?
Yeah, everybody. I had Marvel vs. Capcom 1. They're like, yeah, get rid of it. Put 2 in there.
So what fighting game gets played the most, would you say?
This is Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Oh, really?
Played the most. Yeah.
Turbo.
Yeah.
So this is a game that I've been wanting to get us to get for Westfield or Amherst.
Yeah.
I really want us to get one of those.
Good 2-player, shoot 'em up, cooperative.
Looks good. Double Dragon.
This was at Amherst a long time ago.
Yep.
Another one that left.
Bosconian. It's funny. In Greenfield, we put up the bar put up a sheet.
Yeah.
Asking people to recommend games to put in there.
Yeah.
And one person wrote Bosconian.
Really?
And we're looking at each other like,
what?
No one's gonna play that.
That'll make $1 a year. Yeah.
But I used to play this game in MAME. It's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, it's fun. It's got the speech.
Yep. All right, Killer Instinct. I always kind of wanted a Killer Instinct.
This is a game I
because Nintendo.
Oh yeah. This is
and
one
Rare.
I just added recently. I got a lot of people asking to add this to the lineup because they remember playing it, right?
Right.
All the fighters are like, oh, you gotta have Killer Instinct,
Yeah.
So it's something I just added recently.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I had that on my Super Nintendo. I don't remember. Like, I mean, I'm a Rare junkie, so I always thought about getting one of those games just because of that.
Now this was like a combination, Midway, Nintendo, and Rare, like all of them working together on it?
Well, Nintendo owned Rare.
Oh, okay.
So Rare was the developer. It was published by Nintendo on this console,
and made by.
And then they licensed it to Midway for the arcade.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So 3 parties involved in that one.
Really, it's Nintendo because they owned Rare.
Right.
But Rare was one of their in-house developers.
Got it. Okay.
In the UK.
Yep.
Galaga 88. I always loved that game.
Yeah.
I like that cabinet. That's a Namco System 1 cabinet.
Yeah.
I used to have Dragon Spirit.
Same as Pac-Mania too.
Yep, and it's a really useful cabinet because this door opens and the boards are right here.
There, yeah, exactly.
So it's a JAMA cabinet. So if you wanted to swap vertical JAMA games, it's one of the best cabinets to own.
I agree.
Neo Geo 4-slot.
Yep.
And then here's these are the same ones we have in Amherst, right?
Yeah, these are 13-footers.
Oh, you did put consoles in here?
So now we're doing console.
It's console night.
First tournament console. Yeah.
Oh,
tonight.
nice.
First time we're doing it.
What games are people playing?
Street Fighter 5 and Tekken 7, I guess.
Oh, that's cool, dude.
Yeah.
You got a couple of 80s pins there, huh?
Yeah, we got Sorcerer and Pinbot are the two, yeah.
I really like the nooks and crannies, Jay.
Thanks, John.
Hang Time.
We threw Hang Time, the sports game back here, Satan's Hollow.
I used to like Satan's Hollow, too. I kind of want the cabaret version of that.
Yeah.
But that game's kind of been on my radar for a long time.
Yeah.
House of the Dead 1. We have one of those in Westfield. Golden Tee. People play Golden Tee?
Non-stop.
Really?
Non-stop.
Seriously?
No, I'm serious, Sean. On the weekends, all the time.
That's awesome.
All the time.
Kicks. I used to have one. I like Kicks.
Yeah.
Track and Field. Oh, how does Track and Field do here? Do people know how to play it?
Yeah, they do. Well,
They do?
John, if you get somebody, it's 2 players typically. They'll
Yeah.
come up, 2 people at a time will come play it, you know.
Yeah.
And it gets played, you know.
Circus Charlie is a game I absolutely adore.
Yeah.
And I like the cabinet.
Yep.
I don't know.
Doesn't get a ton of play though.
I know, but I personally like it.
Yeah.
I just have always liked that game. I used to play that a lot in MAME too.
No kidding.
Mortal Kombat 2.
Yep.
All right, so this is awesome. The XD cabinets here.
Yeah.
So Venture, Pepper 2, and Mousetrap. Great collection. Venture is a pretty cool game. It's like a dungeon crawler, and the comical thing about this game though is that ridiculous joystick.
It's overkill, man.
It is like the biggest joystick ever. And Pepper 2 is pretty fun.
Yeah. Cool game.
And then you got a Super Punch Out.
Yeah. So I think this was your cabinet at one point, John.
Is this my old cab?
Yeah. So we traded this.
Wow, I did a pretty good job on that.
It was a punch out. I made a Super Punch Out at the time. But yeah.
So this is my old cabinet.
Yeah. Yep. This got a little knocked. It wasn't you that got knocked and transferred.
No, it was in great shape.
It was in great shape. So.
And I painted this thing with Rust-Oleum black oil.
Oh, no kidding.
And look at how it's pretty good,
nice
man.
And smooth, yeah. Not bad for a noob at the time, right, John?
Yeah, I mean, I did this a long time ago.
Yeah.
But that's oil-based
That's the way to go.
paint. That's never coming off. And there's like 30 coats on here. Because I did it with a foam roller.
Yeah.
I'd paint it, and then if I saw a little streak, I'd redo the whole thing. And I kept doing that till I couldn't see anything. That's funny. It's got some dings, man. You've been moving this thing all around, huh?
Yeah, it's been moved a few times now. Arcade Revival 1, 2, and then eventually here, so.
Is this my control panel still?
No, this is the Super Punch-Out version.
Okay.
Because it has the pull, where is it? Here. Yeah.
No, but the overlay.
No, yours I still have at home.
Because mine was original.
Yeah.
That was like one of the nicest original overlays I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is a repro.
That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that's mine. I tried getting that off and I couldn't.
Didn't work.
No. R-Type, that used to be mine for a second.
For a quick second. Then we had this at Amherst, I think, right? For a quick second or so?
Oh, no, we put it in Westfield.
Westfield, sorry.
It didn't do well at all.
Didn't do well.
No.
Junior.
And by the way, Jay and I are going to do like a year-end review.
Yeah.
We're going to go to Amherst, Westfield, and Greenfield all on the same day.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about everything.
Yep.
And it really is a slightly different conversation.
Yeah.
There's just 2 business models.
Yeah.
And both of them are right.
Correct.
You know?
I agree. Yeah, and we've changed so much in Amherst, Westfield.
Right.
In 1 year, it's amazing.
Because it's just a different crowd.
Totally different, and different model, like you said.
Yeah.
So Junior, I think we had this at Westfield or Amherst.
Junior did horrible for us.
Did horrible.
Super Mario, though, consistent. Everyone knows that game.
Right. Yeah.
Period. The end.
They do. They love it, too.
I mean, that's as iconic as Pac-Man.
Yeah,
right?
It gets played a lot.
Probably more, really.
Yep.
And more relevant.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go over here. I see you have dedicated 2 tigers, huh?
Dedicated.
Yeah. All right, Return
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Return of the Jedi, and then Star Wars. Upright.
I'll make this Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
And so that way I'll have the cockpit upright. Cockpit.
Sit down.
Sit down. Star Wars. Empire Strikes Back upright.
Yep. And Return of the Jedi.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
Return of the Jedi doesn't get a lot of love, really.
No. It's more.
It's kind of the bastard of the Star Wars video game arcade series.
Yeah.
So this is the dedicated two Tigers.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
I have the conversion one.
Yep.
And what's different about this one are these things.
Yep.
And this one has a tape player in it.
Yeah, it does.
And can we?
Yeah, turn it up.
It's got war sounds. Listen to that.
Yeah, it's like that air raid sound.
Yeah,
Kind of
non-stop.
Yeah. Really
It's
fun.
funny how they made flight sticks out of like Gorf joysticks, right?
I never noticed that until you mentioned it.
Yeah, these are the shells for Tron and Gorf and Satan's Hollow, and they made a flight stick out of it.
Just reused it.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah, really cool.
I kind of like that game.
Fun game, yeah.
Dragon's Lair 2,
Yeah.
you had that for a while. That was in your house, right?
Yeah, it was in my house a while ago. Yep. Yeah.
And then Cheyenne, I've always wanted an XD gun game. It's a fun game.
People like this.
Yeah.
I tend to play it a lot, yeah.
It's a Western themed gun game.
Yeah.
Tetris, I've been wanting to put a Tetris in one of ours. And then Bally Midway Demolition Derby. Now that's the upright. I don't think that's as common as the cocktail.
Yeah, the upright's hard to find.
The upright's rarer,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then over here, you got Tekken 3 and then Street Fighter Champion Edition 2.
That's actually turbo in there.
Oh,
running
okay.
turbo, but it just has the cabinet as the original Street Fighter.
Yep.
But yeah, Tekken 3 is new. This gets played a lot, and Street Fighter everybody loves.
Yeah. That's a good looking. That Tekken 2 looks good.
Yeah.
Tekken 3, I mean.
It's a Z cab, Z-back, I mean.
Really?
Yeah, it's just Z-back cab. Somebody put artwork on.
I see.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool.
And then the console stuff. And air hockey. All right, Jay, so what else are we going to talk about?
Well, we've got a little secret back room we want to show you.
Okay.
With some work going on back this way here.
All right. So a secret room.
Secret room.
Is there like a handshake or a knock to get back there?
Knock, yeah.
All right.
Right through this door here.
All right.
Hello. Doing, John?
Hey, what's up, Andy?
How's it going, man?
What's up, brah?
Good to see you.
How you doing? I'm John.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, you too. So, what's going on here?
So these are both FPGA recreations of Major
And
Havoc.
by the way, introduce yourself.
Oh, hi, I'm Scott Swazey.
Scott Swazey.
Yep.
Yep.
And-
you're you're on the West Coast?
Yeah, I live in the Bay Area.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you've been working on an FPGA board.
Right.
That plugs into like a Tempest harness or
Yeah, or Major Havoc.
or Major Havoc.
Yep. I think I have one now.
And the FPGA board runs Tempest, Major Havoc. What else?
So it depends on, there's different configurations.
And you could play Major Havoc on a Tempest
Yeah.
vertical monitor.
Right.
Yeah, we're going to show you that in a second.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
Really.
It works pretty well.
Yeah.
Now, how long have you been working on this?
I've been working on this about 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, so, going on 4.
Wow, that's crazy.
So it's been interesting just trying to kind of figure it all out and get it
And that's
working.
the unit right there? Did you
Yeah.
design that board?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
And so this is an off-the-shelf FPGA evaluation board.
Okay.
That's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
And then this is an adapter board that I made, for example, for Tempest.
Yep.
And so basically it plugs into your original Tempest.
Right.
You can walk around here and look at the back of this one.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. This is pretty wild, Jay.
So this is plugged into a regular Tempest game.
No kidding.
And so it makes it really easy because you just, replace your board. And right now this one is just playing Tempest. Well, I'll show you the multi-game in a minute, but it's basically just playing Tempest. It's a standard.
That is, oh my God, dude.
And the nice thing about it is that, if they come up with a more powerful FPGA, then we can just swap out the FPGA board.
Right.
And have more games or more capabilities.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So
Yeah.
you have to use the original AR for the voltage and the audio amplification, is that right?
Yeah.
So that's not built in?
Nope, it's just like a Tempest board.
Yeah.
So
It just
Tempest doesn't
behaves
have-
like, right.
Yep.
And then, can we switch now? Okay, let's go to the front. So right now it's running Tempest
Yeah.
on your board, and you can't tell the difference, right?
Yeah, so-
And this would probably help with heat issues at the edge connector
Yeah,
and
so
all
there's-
that.
There's some stuff that, thanks to Andy, we basically and we added some code in there to protect from like burning out the monitor.
Okay.
So that, like the Tempest logo is particularly bad.
Like the overscanning, like that kind of stuff, or
I don't know. You can probably describe it best. Right?
There's a DC offset.
Okay.
When the logo is scrolling.
Yes.
And it's worst when it's like blowing up the logo like
Yeah.
that. It really seems to put a high voltage on the deflection board. And my theory, talking to Scott about
is that why it's eating transistors all the time?
Is that if there's anything that stresses out that deflection board, it's that part of the track
So
screen.
you'll see it coming up here, John. Where
Right.
The track
Well, you can hear it drawing like crazy when it does that. You can hear the.
Well, it's mainly because
the chatter.
It's drawing so much stuff just in the top
There you go.
half
So
of the
yeah.
screen.
Right.
Now watch. So this moment right here is when it's going to do its stress the most.
And it looks a little different because I've changed it so that it doesn't create a bad bias.
Really?
And so we've run it a month and it hasn't died. We're going to try to run it a few more months here.
Yeah.
Just all the time.
Because Jay and I, at the hangar, we had nothing but trouble with transistors.
It was this Tempest that
Right.
was blowing up.
But the Star Wars did it too.
It did.
I mean, everything
well, no,
did
but
it.
Star Wars overdrives the monitor. I mean, basically, it's overdriving the monitor to get that the big star.
Yeah.
They overdrive everything in that.
Yeah.
So to get to defocus, and that's bad. So like if you look at the schematics, they run normally the RGB colors runs off of 5 volts.
Right.
In Star Wars, they run off of 12, so they can jam 12 volts in there and really mess with your monitor.
Oh.
So they did it on purpose.
Yeah.
They did it on purpose.
Yeah, so they were trying to make the monitor look bad to make the Death Star explosion look cooler.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm blown away by this. I gotta say, right?
It's been running rock solid, John, here for over a month now. I can tell you, I think it runs, better than the original hardware. I mean, just because,
Well, because of that.
Yeah.
Did you add a little bit of a stutter there as it's coming?
That's by design.
What it's doing.
I know, but that's what you added. It's
stutter-
skipping frames or something?
No, what it's actually doing is it's drawing Tempest upside down at the bottom. So instead of getting the same number, you get half as many. That's why you see kind of the stutter, because it's drawing the logo blanked.
Oh, to balance out the whole thing?
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
That's the idea.
So if we turn this up,
yeah.
when it comes back,
You can see the vectors down here.
Yeah. So when we'll do it in a second here, it'll take us. We'll go through, play through, but.
So it looks like it's skipping a frame, but it's not. The other frame's down here.
Yeah. So watch. See, there it is. So it's the second
Look at
Tempest right there.
that. It's like a ghost.
So it's a ghost down that I'm blanking, but it evens out the voltage, and so it doesn't kill your monitor.
That's amazing.
That's smart.
Yeah.
You came up with that, Andy?
I noticed it just from working on so many of these that seems to be the worst part of the attract mode.
Right.
The
So-
DC voltage goes way high.
And then this obviously has the same board in it.
So this one I want to show you right here. Notice how we have smooth scrolling where the text is coming on and off.
Right.
Now in the original game, it actually does this, but it does it incorrectly. I'm going to go back and do it again.
And the vectors are messed up just because the monitor is, right?
There's a bug in this code.
Oh, there is.
It's not finished. So
Okay,
there's some
okay.
bugs that you can see, like you'll see in the corner that doesn't line up right there. That I'm still working out. And,
Okay.
And but I went the wrong way. There we go.
I'm gonna have Owen. I'm gonna be talking to Owen Rubin on Monday.
Yeah, so what actually happened is he actually played back at California Stream 2016.
Yeah.
He had two dedicated machines side by side.
Yeah.
And
You told him to guess, right?
No, he went and played them, and he had no idea. And then we've been communicating.
Yeah.
And I said, you got to see the game. And he's
Right.
like, yeah. And it's like, well, where is it? I'm like, well, it's there. It's like, well, I played both. He said he played both of them. He couldn't tell the difference. And then I said, it's this one. And then he could, he was able to see some very subtle things that I had changed that he was able to pick up. But notice how this text scrolls on evenly both top and bottom. Mm-hmm. In the real game, it's not possible to set this bottom one correctly. So if you set it so the text does look right, when you play the game, part of the game is cut off.
Oh.
So I added in hardware a blanking so that it looks the way it was supposed to look, but doesn't. So I can fix things in the game if they look correct.
Yeah.
That with hardware, just like that Tempest logo, I can fix the problems with additional hardware that you couldn't possibly do in
Back
software.
in the day, right?
And even with the bug fixing software, it's like some of the things you couldn't do. So
that's amazing. All right, so
now,
switch to games.
Okay. Disclaimer on the
and this is not a finished product, right? Is this
not finished? Although I do want to get it out to people. I really do. I was trying to show multi-game at California Stream this year.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't get it finished.
Right.
I couldn't get the bugs worked out. So what you're going to see, there are some bugs in this. In this one, you notice how clean the lines are.
Yeah.
Really look sharp. In the multi-game version, I got a bug. They're not as clean. So
Okay.
I just want to show
The
you
Tempest lines are not clean.
Yeah.
So it's different code in the multi, or
Yeah, different
FPGAs.
Different FPGA code.
I see.
And so merging them together, I have some timing errors, and so the timing is throwing things off and getting.
So when you go into multi-game mode, the FPGA is emulating a totally different set of hardware. Is that what it's doing?
No, it's emulating the same hardware, but there's some timing issues in terms of putting everything in that big FPGA. There's more stuff that's
I see.
there. I have timing issues getting it all to line up correctly.
Okay, understood. All right, so disclaimer, it's not done.
Yeah, not done. Not done. But this is before. This is not the multi-game, and so that's why I kind of wanted to show you that.
Okay.
This is actually looks really good. The Tempest looks really nice. I still have some cleanups on the line. Notice there's little dots at the bottom of the one. There's a little.
But that's not the monitor or anything.
No, that's blanking. It's not quite the timing of the blanking. The output stage is all digital. So the other thing to notice on your Tempest, the lines won't always line up everywhere perfectly. Right?
Yeah, right.
Because I do the final stage digitally, everything lines up. Everything matches perfectly. They all meet right at the right spot.
Wow.
I have some blanking issues that I'm working on, but they all meet correctly, and you don't get that
with the
like where the ends will separate.
Yeah.
You kind of get that when you're going down the tube, they would separate. It doesn't happen here. So it's because it's all digital.
Right. It's very precise how it's drawing everything.
Output stage. The game is emulating the real hardware, but the output stage where you have the op amps and the capacitors and all that stuff. That's all done digitally, so it's really, really accurate. And the closest we ever got to that is Jed Margolin, when he did Tomcat, that prototype game. He added some extra circuits to the analog sampling capacitor to make sure that all the lines would line up really sharply. And that fixed the problem. But I was able to do it digitally, and I get even better results.
Wow.
So
amazing.
It's really nice and sharp.
So this is the future. All this.
Yeah,
I mean, Adam's doing FPGA, J-Rock. I mean, this is where we're going, right?
Right. And so the key thing about J-Rock set the standard because what J-Rock did is he did an FPGA bit exact copy of the game.
Yeah.
And so it's bit for bit exactly the same in terms of the way the hardware responds. He had some YouTube videos saying, "Hey, I timed it. It's exactly right." And it's not software emulation. It's an exact clone.
Right.
And so the person who's the expert player, when he plays that
can't tell the difference.
Can't tell the difference.
Because it's the same thing.
Right, and that's what we're shooting for. There's nothing less. And
right.
I was joking about it like being a forgery. A forgery is designed to fool the expert.
Right.
Whereas a copy is just for anybody.
Right, and it could have flaws.
And so if you look at like the quality of work that J-Rock did, it's a direct forgery. I mean, it's like an exact.
Right.
It's not a copy. It's like a forgery. It's perfect. It's like if you are an expert in that game. That's what it is, and that's what we can do with FPGA.
Right.
We can match it.
Right, and as all this old hardware starts rotting and
blowing up,
and components fail and heat and whatever.
Well, that's another thing.
This is going to preserve this stuff, right?
Yeah. Another thing that's in this game. Can you turn it up? Can you turn up the blanking real quick?
Yeah, sure.
We're going to go through. Is we added hardware in there. Keep going. Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah, more. See how it clips right there? That's hardware clipping that clips it, so it doesn't.
It doesn't drop the edge.
Yeah. So.
Because everyone used to say to me, I don't know if it was you or someone, that if we made the picture smaller on Tempest and stuff, it would help the transistors.
Yeah. Yeah. So that the DC offset that Andrew talked about. Basically is very bad, and so you can see down here we're getting rid of that. And
yeah.
So that's good. Yeah. So, okay, now I'm going to switch out to the multi-game board. We'll try that.
Okay, awesome. This is exciting, guys.
By the way, the 3 games are my 3 favorite.
There's 3 games.
3 favorite games that I had for vector games.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know there's 3. Wait, maybe you told me I forgot. What was the 3rd game?
Mystery game. You're going to have to wait and see the bonus game. You will be surprised because you would think it would just be another Atari.
No, it's not an Atari.
It's Atari, but
Space Fury?
I can't tell you. You'll find out in a second.
It's a Sega game. I know it.
Okay, so
now we're in
multi. Came up on one that you can't really. It looks good. So, but there are some of the patterns that don't quite right.
So we're in the multi-game section of this board right now.
Yeah. So it's a lot like you have that Donkey Kong mod where you push the buttons. So same thing here. So to play Major Havoc, we're going to push these 2 buttons and this button. Okay, and then it's going to clear in a second. And you let go. And in a second, now you got.
Now this is exciting though because this is a vertical monitor.
Right.
Major Havoc is a horizontal game.
It actually plays pretty good,
and it looks good, right?
It does. Looks great.
This is exciting because Major Havoc is super rare on Obtainium, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And there's a gazillion Tempests in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And now all these players can play this. That looks great.
Yeah, it does.
Can I play it?
Sure.
Can I try it?
Yeah, go for it.
And because I have the Tempest Major Havoc conversion, and mine originally had the spinner.
Right.
And then I put the roller on it like you did here. But the game's totally playable with the spinner.
Yeah.
I mean, Atari designed it to work with the spinner.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of compromises here. That looks great. Did Owen see it on the vertical monitor?
Yeah, he saw it in a dedicated Major Havoc cabinet. It was my cabinet, yeah. So.
But did he see this game playing on a vertical monitor?
No.
Wow. There's really no compromise here. Once you get all the vectors squared off.
Yeah. And the gameplay feels really good. Yeah.
Can we turn up the volume?
Yeah.
Or no? Jay, I think it's. What I don't think I'm missing anything.
No, it's totally playable on a burner, John.
Yeah, it really is. I was skeptical of that.
Yeah.
Wow, dude, you nailed it.
Nice. Okay, you ready for the next game?
Yeah, I am. All right,
Okay.
so here's the next game.
Okay, so go ahead, I'll let you do it.
All right.
Press and hold the two top buttons, press fire, all at the same time.
And just like for a couple seconds.
Until it clears.
So what's it waiting
Let
for
go.
right now? Okay.
Now it's going to load the new game. Recognize that game?
Omega Race. So you got a Bally Midway game on here.
Yeah.
But okay, so when we just switch games, did it switch to a different hardware?
No, it's the same hardware. It's like loading a different image. The FPGA is like, it's all loadable. And so you just load the new game into the FPGA.
Okay, but you're not loading like ROM code. You're loading the hardware.
The hardware
That's what I mean.
script,
So
yeah.
you just loaded the Midway board, essentially, right? Into it?
Into the chip, yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
And it just kicked the Atari thing out and brought in this.
Yeah. We just cleared it, and then it loaded on the new game. Yeah.
That is sick. And this is a horizontal game too.
This is a vertical game.
This is vertical on the arcade?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I used to play this game on my 2600 all the time. It was horrible. Dude, this is amazing. And this game is black and white.
Yeah, and so one of the interesting things, I can't do it in color. I couldn't do white because convergence on these monitors
Right.
isn't that great.
So it's
It
blue?
looks terrible. So you can do blue or red or
Is this
green.
a lower intensity of blue, or is
No,
there
it's
such
just
a thing?
it's just the blue.
It's all blue.
It's just all blue. But if you try to use another color, you'll see misconvergence.
Right,
It's
and the
like crap.
registration will be all off.
It looks terrible.
Because to
Yeah.
make white, you need all three colors, right?
So it looks good in blue. It looks great in green.
Oh my god, dude. So there's so many games you could use with the spinner. Like,
Yeah.
what else could you play? A lot of stuff. No? Vector-wise?
Sega Vector.
Sega, yeah. So that,
Sega stuff, and even Asteroids you could maybe do.
Yeah, you could if you
Huh?
want. Yeah.
Potentially, it'd be different, but
Yeah.
Different feel.
Right. Holy cow! All right, so what's the plan? Do you have a website people can follow you? How do they?
Clav 45, Scott 451 on Clav.
Okay.
So I'll do a posting of it about the product and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I'm hoping to be able to ship it by in the beginning of next year.
Beginning of next year.
Yeah, and basically the hardware's done. It's just getting all the little bugs.
Little-
it's the last 10% that kills
And
me.
are you gonna stop here with these
No.
3 games?
So
This board you'll say this is this board.
So this board for right now, that's what it'll be.
Yeah.
Because I want to do one for Space Duel.
Right.
And so, because in Space Duel we can do the Space Duel,
Gravatar.
Black Widow,
Right.
Major Havoc, Tempest,
Yeah.
Omega Race. We can put them all in that game as well.
Right.
And so we can just keep adding games.
Wow.
And so I want to support. It's nobody. I mean, they did support it for the whole vector. What's it called? Multi-vector.
Yeah.
Vector. I'm going to support that control panel, and so maybe they'll start bringing those back and do them again.
The multi-sector thing, was that all emulation or is that?
That was MAME, but it was real.
Oh, is MAME?
It was MAME driving some hardware that did real vectors.
Okay.
So the MAME was the back engine, so it's still software. This is all all hardware.
This is amazing. Okay, so again, if people want to bug you, which they're going to,
Yeah.
what's your handle on Clav again?
Scott 451.
Scott451, and early next year. And you'll make a post on Clav when it's available for sale.
Yeah. And so probably what I'm going to end up doing is the thing is it's got to be perfect.
Yeah.
It really has to be.
Yeah.
And so I'll probably do what I did on another project when I was on AVS Forum, is to do it with early adopters,
Right.
and get some people that basically, give it out to the people that are well known in the cloth industry, in the group, and say, hey, you guys play it, give me the feedback,
Right.
what sucks and what's good, and then we'll fix it. And once those guys think it's great, then it's ready to go.
Yes.
Rather than me saying, oh, I think it's great, and it's like, oh, it sucks.
Right.
So, and it's been helpful to get feedback from.
Can you play Tempest with the roller? Have you tried that?
I haven't tried it.
Would that work, Jay?
Yeah, I don't know if we could try it.
I don't have any code for
What?
it.
What does the code do at that point?
But no, it would work. You would play Tempest with the roller. It should.
Yeah, you sound like
I just
that.
haven't.
It would work, right? I wonder how it would be.
So,
Yeah, he has Space Duel. Obviously, you already have the Space Duel adapter to work with the FPGA too, so you can put a.
Oh yeah, so this is an interesting one right here. So this is a Major Havoc board. So the board that I did has the connectors for Major Havoc.
Right.
And so I haven't done a Space Duel one. So this actual cabinet has a Major Havoc board plugged into a Space Duel to Major Havoc converter board.
Right.
That Atari did. Just like
I understand. The Tempest,
but I will make one that plugs in directly into the harness.
Into
the Space Duel harness.
Right. Adapter, but I haven't written that.
So whether you have a Space Duel or a Tempest, you can run Major Havoc just by plugging.
Or a Major Havoc. Right.
Or a dedicated Major Havoc replacing the board or something like that. But the bottom line is you won't need any other adapters, or you have to chase after the Tempest adapter for Major Havoc or the Space Duel adapter to Major Havoc.
He has all of them. Right.
Correct. They're built right into the hardware. Yeah.
So so the adapter never changes that piece of hardware? You just configure it?
No, that adapter has to change because it's different connections.
It is. Okay.
Yeah. So this another piece of history or whatever. So this is what we can see right here. So this is Tempest with the connectors you have for Tempest.
Okay.
And this is an early Major Havoc, so you can see the connectors are different.
I see. Okay. The pinout's totally not the same.
Yeah, but
it's versatile in that you can just take your FPGA board and plug it into
right.
one of these.
Like if somebody starts, the other thing is we have a powerful processor. You can write new games if you wanted in Vector.
Yeah.
And but we can easily, this
That'd be
is
kind of fun. Like a little homebrew community around this.
Yeah.
Making new Vector games.
That's kind of part of it. Is I'll once I get the menu system up and running on the ARM9 hardware.
Yeah.
I'll publish that and just say, hey, if people want to write their own games, here's the interfaces. Here's what you can do.
Open source it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And is there an SD card in there you just dump the ROMs on? Is that what it is?
So you'll just right here, little tiny card right
Gotcha.
there. Dump in your
little micro SD.
Yep, dump in your card and then load your ROMs on there, and the game's good to go. So,
wow.
But and the great thing about it is I haven't done, and I'm not making any commitments to the Sega games, but I know we need to do those because obviously that hardware is much less reliable than these games. But there's no reason why you could probably play what is it? I think Star Trek has these.
Yes,
controls,
Star Trek has a spinner.
So it's just a matter of taking the time to write the code, putting it on there. But that's
and maybe even Cinematronics Vector games. Or
so
in the future?
There was work done on that, and I've been kind of reaching out and trying to reach out to the guy who did the original work because I'd rather just add to his work than recreate it from scratch.
Yeah.
He did some good work, but I think there's some value in doing that because we could make a board that was a drop-in that has not only that but also has outputs for a standard asteroids monitor.
Right.
So now you can get rid of that really flaky, Cinematronics.
And
use a reliable asteroids.
Yeah, which there's a ton of, right? Compared to Cinematronics monitors, you're talking Star Castle, Solar Quest, Rip Off. I mean, there's so many great Cinematronics Vector games that could be
use the vanilla Wells Gardner.
Yeah, you can
right. And that's what we do it, and then same Boxing Bugs, would work with 6100.
Yeah.
So you can integrate that in. So so I'm hoping to kind of work with the folks that did that and just add, take my technology, add it with it, and make it, a better product.
So this could really become the vector platform of the future, right? Be able to.
See, the thing is, it's like the whole idea is to make it generic. So, I know that is it Adam, working on pole positions, doing a whole board layout, and I was trying to keep it simple and saying, look, these things.
Well, Adam's board is meant to be like an FPGA, a platform that lives on. It's not just for pole position.
Right.
Is that kind of what you did here too?
Well, I did it in a different way. I said this already exists.
Oh, this is off the shelf, and you just reprogram this.
Correct.
Right, and then I just interface to it to an interface board, so that if you want to do one for G80, then I make a new interface board and I use this, and we're done.
Oh, okay.
But it's
that was smart.
Yeah, just to keep it simple, stuff like that. So that's what it does. So.
Very cool. Well, Scott, thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
And guys, be sure to follow him on Claw if you want to get one of these. Jay, you gonna get one?
Well, I'm demoing a free play, so this is the test case.
That's one of my test cases.
Oh, okay.
Just give the thumbs up.
Yeah, and I gotta tell you, it's been running rock solid. Like, so hats off to Scott.
Has Major Havoc been on the floor too?
Yeah, both of these games,
Okay.
Tempest and Major Havoc, have been running on Scott's hardware, and
Yeah.
they've been running flawless for over a month now.
And no one knows. You don't have it in multi-game mode. I was going to say no one knows they could switch games, but you don't have it in that mode on the floor.
Correct.
Yeah.
And they've been running rock solid. Yeah, people go up and play them, and they have no idea that it's the FPGA hardware, not the original.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, Jay, Scott, thanks for everything. Andy, good seeing you. We gotta go back to the basement.
Yeah, let's go back there, John.
You want to go? You want to walk me out?
Yeah, sure.
All right, guys. I'll see you around.
Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Well, that was super cool. Holy cow!
Yeah.
There's all kinds of magic happening here. Hey, Jay, what's going on here? Come on.
Oh, John, come on.
I replaced the battery, didn't I?
Yeah, so you know what? We pull the battery out and free play just works.
Oh.
That's how you gotta do it,
Because that...
I know.
I fixed that.
All that time, figured that out.
Yeah, I know. All right, guys. Well, Jay, hey, listen, great place, man. And you and I will be doing a video in a few weeks here. It's already Thanksgiving, my God.
No, isn't it crazy?
I know. So Jay, we'll see you again very soon.
Yeah, thanks for coming down, John.
Yep.
We'll be at the hangar, in another week or so?
Yeah.
Do a video there.
That's right.
Our year-end video.
Yeah, it's been a year now, hasn't it?
It flew by, John.
Because we did that the weekend after Thanksgiving, I think, is when we started, right?
That's right. Yeah, we'll be coming up on 1 year after Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And, we've probably gone through, think about it, John. We have probably 60, 70 games out there.
Yeah.
And we've cycled through, how many?
We've gone through 100.
Started.
Well over 100 games.
Easily. Just to fine-tune what we think works, what people want to play.
And we're going to share all that information.
Yeah.
We're going to we want to talk about what we learned. It's Jay and I have talked about this so much. It's so interesting to us.
It really is.
What we discovered.
Yeah.
And everything that we thought we knew, we didn't know.
We didn't know. And a lot of people probably think they're like, oh, yeah, that game would do great there.
Right.
They don't. A lot of times,
Yes.
classics like Robotron,
I know.
oh, that's gonna
and everyone says, oh, you got to have a gauntlet. You got to have... No, you don't. No.
It doesn't work that way. Trust us. Trust us.
So, all right, guys. Jay, I'll see you soon, man.
Thanks, Johnny.
All right, guys. Let's go back to the basement. Guys, there you have it. What'd you think, huh? Well, Jay's Arcade, for one, is pretty badass. That building is so cool, guys. There was multiple levels and floors, and like you get up high and you look down, and there's games in every nook and cranny. Jay, you did a great job, man. So that's free play in Providence, Rhode Island. And, we've been talking maybe about doing tournaments there or something. I don't know. Time will tell. We've been talking about it, though, so stay tuned. And then also that multi-vector FPGA board. That thing is sick, okay? And if you have a Tempest, you're going to want to get that board. I mean, who wouldn't want to play Major Havoc? I mean, for my money, that's my favorite vector game. I love Major Havoc, and to play that on a Tempest, and it plays so well, even with the vertical monitor, it just works. So, and he also, talking to him at Free Play tonight, he has plans to keep adding games to it. So there's going to be a lot going on with this piece of hardware. So if you want to keep up with it, follow him on Clove. His handle is Scott451. All right, guys, I'm going to kind of get out of here. It's late. I just got back from Rhode Island. I want to go to bed. So, no viewer mail, but if you want to send viewer mail for the next episode, which will be this weekend, the Mortal Kombat 2, send the emails to john@johnsarcade.com. Could be a question, comment, whatever. And then we still have that Radical Skateboard contest going on. I'm going to draw a winner this weekend. So if you want to win this skateboard deck, send an email to john@johnsarcade.com. The subject line should say Radical Skateboard, okay? And if you're not aware, I basically copied the skateboard that was in the Radical flyer, and I had some printed out. So this is one of a kind, even though I did make 3 of them. but I'm giving one of them away. So send an email to john@johnsarcade.com. Subject line, Radical Skateboard. In the body of the email, tell me why you want to win. And if you want to support that with pictures and videos, go for it. And I'll play some of those and show some of that in the next episode. But I'm going to randomly pick the winner, okay? So you don't have to get too creative. But if you want to share some skateboarding stories or some photos, I'll show those in the next video. So anyway, that's it, guys. I'll see you very soon. Hope you enjoyed the vid. Later, and bye.